middle school language arts teacher and author of the Lucia Chronicles. This video is the second in my Elements of Literature series. The first video was all about character, and this video is all about setting. So this video would be appropriate if you are teaching the elements of literature, or if you are new to writing or want to improve your writing. So the two main elements of setting that most of us are taught are time and place. So time can be as simple as, is the story happening in the past, present, or future? Time can be, is it a specific era in time, such as the Civil War, or the Civil Rights Movement, or the Industrial Revolution, or in a future setting, as in the Lucia Chronicles, it's approaching a third Great War. So there was the Civil War, a second civil type of war, and then we're in the future on the brink of a third civil type of war. So that is time. Time can also be specific days or months or dates as well. Time can be the seasons. Is it, spring, summer, fall, winter that the story is taking place? Now, place can be as simple as, it takes place in a school, or it takes place in a neighborhood, it takes place in Cleveland, or it takes place in Florida, or it can be regional. If I am setting my story somewhere in the South, like Beautiful Creatures does a great example of this, then the dialect of my characters is going to be different than if it takes place in, say, Maine. So region can be place. Does it take place in the United States, in Europe, in Canada, which I guess would be fairly similar to the United States? Does it take place somewhere tropical or in a jungle? Does it take place in a forest? All of those things are going to affect my story, from the things that I'm describing and that my characters are seeing to maybe the resources that they have available. It would also affect the way that they speak. Now, when you're writing, sometimes you can write in dialect. Other times it might be harder for readers to wrap their minds around, so you may just want to stick with normal writing tone, I guess you could say. And then if your book was ever adapted into a movie or something like that, then obviously the dialect would probably come into play. But for the most part, those are the things that make up place. So place can be geographic location. It can be the time zone that your characters are in, the country, the continent, the actual physical environment that they're in. And then time can be anything from past, present, or future to a specific era in time to a specific date. For example, if you write your novel around John F. Kennedy's assassination, so that's a very specific date and point in time, if you're writing like a crime thriller or something. So those are time and place, the two main elements of setting, and then some of the other things that you should consider when establishing the setting of your story. And a little tip, it's probably more fun to have more than one setting in your story. I think it's more challenging as a writer if you have a setting that doesn't really change, like if everything takes place within the context of a school or something, or of a haunted house. I think it's way more challenging as a writer than if you have multiple settings. And you can also use the settings, the seasons, the location, and the time period, not to forget about day and night also in relation to time. But all of that can set the mood in your writing, which can affect your readers emotionally. It can help build suspense, or it can help make them feel relief after a scene. So there's a lot to consider. Setting isn't quite as simple as time and place. Do you have any questions about setting? If so, let me know in the comments below. In the meanwhile, happy reading and happy writing.